2006, Back to Black, an album that changed the game when it came to music and pop music in general. Amy Winehouse pioneered and was dared to be different with her sound. The album lives on in infamy to this day. The album still on Spotify with 21.7 monthly listeners today. Let's dive in and explore every track of Back to Black and see how it has managed to still live in infamy to this day. Stay tuned.
Yippee-ki-yo, working like 3 jobs, ready for a vacate. Like it when we touch down, like it when we spontaneous. So I work as hard as I play. I'm trying to see you in the moonlight, so you can meet me by the poolside. I know you're looking for a good time, yeah. But listen, baby, you the show. This is not a drill, this is how I feel. Pop champagne, I'ma do it for the thrill. Escape with me, I'm saying it maybe we could take off and then land on a jet ski. Baby, I hold you tight.
YouTube, how is everybody doing out here in these internet streets? I am very excited to be bringing my brand new channel to the platform and showcasing some of the amazing music and artists of today and yesterday as well. My name is DEEZEEMUsic, where music equals life. Where on this channel, we're going to talk a lot about music and a little bit about life. Listen, I love music. I am a fan of music. Music encompasses every part of my life, from when I wake up in the morning to when I lay down at night. When I'm at work, or when I'm at the gym, when I'm just chilling, there's always music around. And I think I can find a song just about to encompass or relate to everything that I'm feeling or going through. So on this channel, we are going to explore music. I love artists and I love listening to their projects. I don't just like listening to singles. I want to explore the whole project, whether it's popular or whether it's not. If I hear it and I like it, or if it's an artist that I've liked in the past, I'm gonna listen to their project. So with that being said, I thought it was pretty good to go through, for the first one, to go through one of my all-time go-to albums, just when I want to chill and have a good vibe. This album, Back to Black, right here, or right here, either way, right here, either way, is one of my favorite albums. I love it because I love albums that you can put on and you can go from beginning to end and just let it play. And no matter if you're listening intently or you're not listening, so you can always pick back up, come back at where it's at, and you know exactly where you're at. And, it brings back nostalgia for you. This album, though, was a game changer when it came to pop music. This Amy Winehouse, I think, if I dare to say, single-handedly changed how the direction of how pop music was. Because before this, we had before this sound of R&B, of soul, of pop, we did have the Michelle Branch or the Vanessa Carlson, who was changing it when it came to pop music in like the rock kind of sense. But when it came to like a soulful, playful 60s kind of sound, throwback sound, Amy Winehouse pioneered this sound, this comeback of the sound, especially with her voice. Her voice was amazing, man, and her writing, phenomenal. So without further ado, let's get into Back to Black. So first track on the album we have is Rehab. Rehab was a huge hit. It literally was like the breakout hit of the album. It was the first single off the album, and it was everywhere. I think what made this song so popular was that it really did mirror Amy's life at the time, and it just was a cool vibe. It speak to, you know, I can't say, all honesty, no, I can say this. I was not initially a fan of Rehab, and that was only because I couldn't relate, and I didn't think I liked the message of the song. You know, it tried to make me go to rehab. No. Yes, I've been bad, but yes, I come back, and no. And it was basically saying that I'm not going to rehab just because y'all want me to go. I liked the song. It grew on me. It had to grow on me. I did like how the album started off with this song, and I liked how it just went right into it. There was no build up, there was no interlude, there was nothing else there. And I liked how it did that, and it was like, let's go. We're on the journey, and we're going. And quite frankly, it's right in your face. I'm not going to rehab. No. I will say the chorus I found was a little repetitive. I related more to the verses because she was very good at telling a story. I think the second verse, she says, the man asks why you're here. I say, I have no idea. He said, he thinks I'm just depressed. I'm gonna lose my baby. So I always have a bottle near. Like, that's genius. Like the lyrical genius of it. That's insane. Like, you can actually see in my head, I actually could see this playing out in a therapist's office and being like, no, I like a drink. And her saying this. One of the lines I think I liked the most, it made me chuckle a lot, and I laugh a lot, smile a lot too, by the way. But one of the lines that made me chuckle the most was towards the end, the last little verse in there, and she says, I don't ever want to drink again. I just need a friend. And it made me laugh because I think back of all the times that I can relate to. How many of us can relate to being just knocked out drunk or just plastered and then come back and the next day or whatever, I'm not drinking again. Oh, I'm not doing that again. Oh, I'm not doing that again. But, you know, we know that's a little lie because we still end up drinking again. Anyway, Rehab, great bop, great opener to get us started with the album. Is it one of my go-to on the album right off the bat? No. But I do appreciate it for the bop that it was. And it was a hit. There you go. We go to the second track on the album, which is You Know I'm No Good. What I like about this track is Amy is playing it. So it's like devilish, the way she is singing these verses. Because she's basically saying to this person, I told you I was trouble, you know I'm no good. And the one thing I like is her phrasing and the way she delivers the lyrics. She sounds very enticing, very alluring, very, very come hither. But, you know, I'm telling you I'm no good, but I'm still trying to get your. She knows basically what she's doing. The song bodies soul. I will give it up to the band though, who the band was amazing on this. The instruments, the sound, and the thing is, with such a big brass sounding, big sounding band, it doesn't overpower her voice. Like, her voice is still the star. And I just love this track. So, I'm No Good always has a place in my heart because I always think about that person who, I always think about it like, I'm no good. I'm telling you I'm no good. So if you decide to, that's up to you. You, I'm no good. I love this track. I think the writing was good on this track. It was a really, really good track. Her delivery, really, really awesome on it. We come next to track number 3, which is one of my favorite tracks on the album, Me and Mr. Jones. So it starts off like, you think it's gonna be this like nice track. I don't know if you think, but it is an opener where she said, "Nobody stands in between me and my man. It's me and Mr. Jones." Then the first line when the beat go, "What kind of fuckery is this?" And I was like, what? Oh, this is, I gotta listen to this. So basically, she is saying, you are playing around with me, and she is calling it out in your face, like, what are you doing? You're playing around, you got caught. That's basically what she's saying. You got caught in your mess, and I'm calling you out in it. Originally, I remember I was reading a while back, because the movie came out of her life not too long ago. But I was reading a while back. She originally, when she delivered the song, she wanted to call the song simply Fuckery. And the record label was like, no, we're not gonna name it that. But it just shows you like how ballsy she is and how in your face she did not care. Like, she was ready to have this song on her album called Fuckery, which I think everybody would have been like kind of shocked, like wanted to hear it. But even so, Me and Mr. Jones is a great track. It sounds amazing. I love her voice on it. She sings so beautifully. The music is really good on it because the music on it sounds like what you would hear like in a lounge or something, but you wouldn't expect these lyrics to be sung over a song like this. So I think with the sound she brought back from the 1960s, because that's what she said, she wanted to have a sound from like she wanted to embody that sound from the 1960s, still have it pop, but lyrically bring it up to today's time. And I think she did that awesomely with this album. Me and Mr. Jones, we got a thing going on, but in Amy's case, she's calling out Mr. Jones, basically. Let's move on to track number 4, Just Friends. When will we get the time to be just friends? A little bit. But I love that opening. Oh my God. When will we get the time to be just friends? Just friends. You can tell. Oh, yeah, I love this track. You can tell. What can I say about this track? It's hard to describe like the sound. I'm trying to find the words to say how she sounds on this. It's such a sweet, like I wouldn't say lullaby, a lullaby-ish kind of how she opens this track. When will we get the time to be just friends? She sounds amazing on it. And then you get this sweet opening in it, and then it changes into this Caribbean beat, this soulful island vibe as she delivers the verses, and it's so good. And I love at the end how she just, when will we get the time to be just friends, just friends. I think the track's only like two minutes maybe, but it's like, it's a perfect like switch up from like, it flows good from coming from me and Mr. Jones, where it's like, you fucking with me, you're playing with me, and then you go into this nice sweet little, hey, just friends, just friends. Okay, so track number 5, the title track of the album, Back to Black. And this is where the genius comes in. We go from just friends, which is this nice, cool, chill, laid back vibe, to Back to Black, where it is this boom, hard hitting, deep, haunting track. When the beat comes in, that I can't even do it right now, but when it comes, you have to listen to this. When it comes in, and it is, you are instantly engaged and want to hear where it's going. Not even from the lyrics, it's just the beat, because it was so just different for that time, for the time that music was in 2006, the direction it was. And it was like, it's a song that you would not normally hear, or people would normally say that, oh, I can't hear this on an album, I can't hear this on the radio. But it just worked. I mean, the way she said, he left to no time to regret, kept his dick wet with his old safe bet. She is telling a story. She is telling a story of love lost, of heartbreak, of just pain. And she is saying how how her lover left her and went back to his ex. And this apparently is a true story that mirrors her real life. And I think that's why she was able to deliver it so well. Because, they say art imitates life, So she was able to deliver this track so well. It is hauntingly good. So good how she delivered this track. I mean, from the way she opens it, he left his and I go back to black. And the chorus, we only said goodbye with words. I died 100 times, you go back to her, and I go back to black. It's like I think it's Mark Ransom and Amy delivered on this track. Like, it just, and the kicker is when you get to the middle section and it's just black, and it builds slowly, and you hear this haunting chorus coming in, just and it builds and it goes back into the chorus. We only said goodbye, and it's like, oh man, stop playing in our faces, man. You didn't have to do it. As a music lover, you're listening for stuff like this that just just like, okay, we can't play with you. We can't. I'm sorry. I just thinking about it in my head right now, I want to go listen to this track recording right now. I love this song, Back to Black. Amy did a phenomenal job on this album. It just worked so well. If you haven't listened to Back to Black, you have to go listen to it. Definitely. Moving right along from Back to Black, the next track we have is Love is a Losing Game. Now, if any song on here described how well and dynamic this lady Amy was at embodying the song or the sound that she's going for. I think this one shows it, because you go from Back to Black with its kind of haunting and kind of like hard hitting in your face, and you go into this sweet little like soliloquy. I have a tight tongue. Yeah, you know what I mean. Where she just sings, "For you I was a flame. Love is a losing game. Fight fire as she came. Love is a losing game. Self-professed profound till the chips were down. And now the final frame. Love is a losing game." It's poetry. It really is poetry. I honestly think, and I remember when I listened to this track, and I was like, I would have liked to hear her sing this a cappella, no music. Like, her voice on it is amazing. Like, this is a sound like if she had like what's those sessions they have, the live session, or if she did it, I would have liked to hear her sing this a cappella, because it would have been amazing. And to go from Back to Black to now, you know, she felt this anger, she left her, and now she's realizing that love is a losing game, because she loved and she lost, you know. And it's just beautiful. I mean, the way they align these tracks, the way they put them together, it just was amazing. And I think Love is a Losing Game is also another short track. And I love this track. Okay, so if you're enjoying the review right now as much as I am, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you will be notified when I upload more album reviews. Alright, so let's move on to our next track on the album. Tears Dry on Their Own. Here we pick up the pace. All I could ever do, I can't remember the lyrics right now, but it is an upbeat track that fit perfectly from going from Love is a Losing Game. We go into this upbeat track of now she is loved and lost. She realized love is a losing game, and now she is redeeming herself. She has gotten her swagger back. She is getting her get up back. She is golden now. She is realizing that her tears are gonna dry on their own. Like, she is over it and she is happy. He walks away, the sun goes down. He takes the game and I am grown. And then your face, and then you say, my tears dry on their own. It's a fun, awesome track. She delivers it. It's like a redemption track. It really is. Like, I've loved and lost, and now I realize, hey, I'm gonna be okay. They're gonna dry. The tears are gonna come, but they dry. They don't last for always. All right, let's go to the next track. So we go from Tears Dry on Their Own, where we picked up the pace, and now we are now we are on our next track. We go to Wake Up Alone. Another ballad track. And Wake Up Alone. Basically, this song, Amy is describing the process of going through heartbreak, going through it sounds almost like depression, and it sounds almost like I wouldn't say self-loathing, but it does sound like depression, and it sounds like the heartbreak and going through all those emotions you go to before you come out on the other side. And she's describing, she wakes up, clean the house, at least she's not drinking, at least I'm not drinking. And she's doing all these things to try to distract herself from the realization that that she is alone. And I think I love the track because, again, her storytelling through her verses, aside from the chorus, is just amazing because you can actually see this happening because it's so real. It's like any of us can go through, heartbreak and be going through these day-to-day. I like that she describes the day-to-day feelings and emotions that go along with heartbreak. The standout or the key for me, or the gem on this track, is the ending, when she just goes into "I wake up alone and I wake up alone and I wake up alone," and slowly it starts to fade out and her voice becomes more like an echo. It was just genius. I loved "Wake Up Alone." What did she say in it? Far as my heart, I'd rather be restless. She delivered lyrically. And the one thing I did like about, one of the other things I did like about this album is that she did not rest just on her voice, because her voice and her sound was so unique. It was so different. Like, that came out of this little tiny girl from London, from England, and alone, that she didn't just rely on that. She lyrically was in there. She was in the pocket. It was just great how she was able to get her thoughts, get her feelings, get all these things that she wanted to say and put it into art. Because alone, let's think about it. If she just was releasing this, if this was just a book of poetry, it would be genius, because the lyrics read just like poetry. All right, here we go. Amy goes. The next track is "Some Unholy War." Now, if there was a track on this album that I would say was a filler track, and I don't like to say tracks are filler tracks because artists work on them. I don't know how much time they put on them. I don't know, what was spent on them. But I appreciate the work. This one I could not relate to. And I was trying to find stuff on this track, and I read that she wanted this. This was talking about her, when she was with her significant other, and when he was going through some stuff, and how she would stand by him. It's a okay track. It's not one that I listen to often. If the album's playing, I'll let it play. But if I'm listening intently, I probably will skip it. But it's still a good track. I know some people like it. But Unholy War, for me, I just couldn't get into it that much. I still will let it play, but it's not for me. But the writing still is good on it. Again, you have kind of a haunting feel, like how we did in Back to Black. But I just couldn't connect to the track. Let me know how you feel about Unholy War, and if you like the track or not. Back on the album, He Can Only Hold Her for So Long. It's a good track. It's a fun. We're back up to an upbeat mid-tempo track, and she sings, and she has the sound of the boy bands in the back singing with her. So he tries to pacify her, but what's inside her never died. Da, 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 ooh. So basically in this track, she is talking about someone who has a problem and their significant other is trying to help them out or trying to help them get through it, but they don't want that. Not they don't want the help, but it's not working out. They're not helping. Like, let's use, for example, use her life. Like she, with her issue she had, she is saying about they're trying to help her, but the stuff inside her, what she wants or what it never dies. So it's a fun way. It's a fun track. It really is. It's light. It's very deceptive because it does come off very light. It does come off very fun. But then when you listen to the lyrics and you listen to what's being said, you're like, oh, this is some serious shit. Like, I know a lot of us probably have been there where we try to help someone who has a problem and we try to be there, but it just doesn't work. And it's usually not until either to their detriment or when they decide to change that it actually happens. But I think in the grand scheme of things, the wanting to help and the urge to be there for them, I think people still see that, and it counts. It still counts. Even if it doesn't work, it still counts. So I think He Can Only Hold Her for So Long was a great way to end this album. It just told the story of her life, and that da 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 ooh. I love it. It lives in my head. That same little part, da 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 ooh, lives on and on in my head. Initially, Amy recorded the deluxe version or extended version. She had another track on there that's actually one of my favorite tracks too, and it's called Addicted, and it's a fun, upbeat da 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 da. Yeah, it kind of sounded not that great musically, but the song is playful. It's very playful. It's a playful way of her trying to tell somebody, hey, this is my shit, go get your own. So basically, she's trying to tell her friend, to tell her friend's boyfriend, hey, next time you want to bring, your stuff, go get your own. So leave your boyfriend and go get nice. Something like that, the lyrics are. But I laugh every time I hear this track because it's just funny. The way she delivers it so playfully, but you can tell like she's serious. Like, no. Like, it was cute the first time, but no. Now go, I don't know what you gonna do, but no, go get your own stuff. Get your own stash. This is mine. But it is a funny track. I love this album. So there you have it. Back to Black by Amy Winehouse. It lives on in infamy. It is an awesome, phenomenal, groundbreaking album that told the story of her life and was a hit. I still listen to this album, like I said, to this day. It was forever in rotation on my playlist, and I'm just excited every time I get to listen to it. And I think that's why I love music so much. I'm appreciative of it because I feel honored and I feel blessed that I live in an era where I was able to hear such amazing music and artists from days past, from times past to now. So if you like this album and if you enjoyed this review, let me know in the comments section. Leave a comment if you agreed with what I said, if you agreed with how I felt about tracks or different songs. Leave a comment. Let's have a conversation and let me know what your favorite song is on the album and what feelings or nostalgia or what, if you're a first time listening to it, listening to Back to Black. Let me know how you feel about the album. Again, my name is DZ. This is DZ Music, where music equals life. Make sure to hit that notification bell to get updates on when I post new music review albums. And until that time, I will see you guys later. Peace out.
Yippee-ki-yo, working like 3 jobs, ready for a vacate. Like it when we touched out, like it when we spontaneous. So I work as hard as I play. I'm trying to see